urgency that isn't necessarily required. It's just 3 rounds for them to go. And their opponent's still down by 9. It will close to 8 after this. It'll go 13-5. But that's fine.
It's all fine. They can still do something with this round. The smokes go towards short. Steal, if
he's going to get smoked on.
Fluffs his lines a bit. It could work out.
They missed a smoke. They missed one of the 2 smokes inside of the apartments. Or did they? Okay, I take it back. It bounced Skyblock to Archer. I thought it actually hit inside of the apartment itself when I saw it on the X-ray. So it covers off first Arch. That means when they walk out from the window, they're trying to isolate the player in the back of the site. And the smoke goes to benches, or rather, excuse me, to Van as well. But it's all good in the end because despite losing a few players, they get all the kills required.
13-5. Fnatic was still a commanding lead here. Don't have to force buy into these round. Crims purchases a little deagle there. I assume he had a little bit more money. Yeah, he just balances the books. Takes himself down to around 2K as well. They'll be getting $2,400 on top of their $2,000 each. So AKs will be brought out into round number 20. This is a chance for Immortals to keep as many players as they possibly can alive. Don't want to drop anyone here. They can't afford to let a player go down. It's not a good start.
13 HP for Bolts. And they're gonna take advantage of this. Smart, but the problem is they're flashing themselves off against their own flames. So what the thought was actually reasonable. They knew they did damage at the window. They knew therefore that they forced Bolts off, fast flashes, and get toward the window and get in the face of Immortals. Jump shot hits Henny down to 50. But unfortunately, they kind of get flubbed up with the amount of utility down. Henny manages to pick up a kill. UMP success. But again, it can be patience from Fnatic. No pressure at this point in time. It's a tantalizing prospect to you, Henry. This Fnatic lineup could return to what they used to be.
Very tantalizing. Like
Is it promising?
I want to see the playoffs first. It's just best of ones.
I think I want to see more than this tournament, but
Yeah.
do you think that's something that's sustainable for them?
I think so. I think, like, we know this lineup can be very, very good indeed. It's won multiple tournaments, but it dropped off towards the end. They didn't keep up with the game the way it was developing. I think they understand that, and they've had time to kind of reflect on that now. Bringing in Jumpy, I think it'll bring a new tactical aspect to it. These things do take time, though. In Vegas, left a lot to be desired, I have to say, but hopefully now, I think they'll realize they have the skill and the whole package on paper. They just need to make come together and work in a tactical aspect. That's the only thing that's really missing for me with this lineup.
So smoke land in the window, thrown from spawn this time, which means the absence of a catwalk smoke, and with the early smoke on window, without going for the catwalk smoke and putting more pressure over toward A, getting up middle, it means one more smoke available to the execution on A, should they elect to go that route. Rather than putting in a cat, getting to boxes, and then throwing a second one, they only use one. So it saves them a bit, but it means they have to act a little bit quicker in mid to get to connector. They've been successful. Nice shot from Henny. Flashed off, still fires to find Dennis. Forget smokes, it's Fnatic. Why do we talk about execution? They just walk in to find kills, but that's not going to work out perfectly because Bolt's inside of a smoke at jungle. He's able to find Flusha in return. And the HP goes so low despite the bomb plant. Henny's still waiting on the backs of them at CT stairs with smokes down, but through the inside of it, they managed to find the kill. It's all but one remaining, and Crims is downed in the end. Immortals will pick up number 7. It's getting closer quite quickly now, but again, Fnatic, they've got another gun round in the way of a full comeback to a tie game at least, if not 2.
Well, a simple execution there. Bolt's doing a tremendous job on that stairs position. Whenever his teammates are rotating as well, he finds 3 kills in total, like you said. And he kicked things off with the flashed AWP shot to take down the first ensuing player from Fnatic there. A partial buy comes in. There will be a maximum stage loss bonus. That's 5 losses in a row after this round. That's if they don't win it, of course. You certainly have the potential to do so with the Tech 9s and CZ smokes as well. Most teams, we discussed it before, go for the full execution in this round, but maybe towards B they'll be heading this time. Still can execute, but it's very common to go towards A in these sort of rounds. And they do send 5 players towards the B side of the map. You'll see smokes go towards short, maybe the bomb side itself, try and find the smoke.
That's nifty.
Where did that come from?
That was the CT smoke thrown skybox from first arch. It's a return smoke of what we normally see come out from the terrace. I've never actually seen anyone attempt that. That's quite cool and clever to smoke off the apartments because look how quickly Steel can push up. He gets 3 kills off that. I would love to see a replay breakdown of that smoke. Either way, Bolts will deny the plant. Dennis is taken down, and JW is the all that remains. Goes to a nade, and unfortunately to no avail. But that's quite cool, actually.
Yeah, that was very nice. I saw it like drop in. I was just like, where have they thrown that from? That could be from like A, that could be from B. I was wondering.
I saw the trail come straight down, so I think it was off the skybox above them, which means you have to basically go into the first arch.
Round number 22. Fnatic though. It's going to be the gap closing here. Immortals certainly making a game of it now. It was quite a commanding lead. 12-3 going into the second half. Now they're only picking up one round so far, which was the pistol. It was Lucas with that Desert Eagle that have brought Immortals a lifeline.
Jeez, JW's got to be careful. Damage through the wooden window. Damage from a Molotov. And he's on 20 HP. He's trying to find this pick. But it hasn't necessarily shown up, and that's gone. Steel nades through. And down goes JW. I thought it might have been a smoke to come in. It's a nade instead. Good read of damage assessment from Immortals, and a bolt's on 24. Still the man advantage for Immortals. And Steel gets all the way forward as well. Oh, bye-bye, Dennis.
Oh, no.
Bye-bye, Dennis. But, yeah, bye-bye. You can walk that way. Now you're dead. That's what I meant.
Came eventually. And it's going to be the 5-on-3, and now Olaf, Crims, and Flush are trying to do what they can. The bomb's still down towards that T-spawn area. Crims, he knows he needs to make something happen here. So making up the connector, but Bolts, he's ready for them. Nice little double kill there, especially on that one towards Olaf. 5-on-1, Flush up. He knows his round's over. There's still a maximum loss bonus. It's not getting scary just yet. 13-9, still have the huge lead here, but this was actually 13-3 at one point. Let's remember that. So we'll see what happens going forward. Flusher for now finds Bolts. Certainly has the capability to win these sort of rounds, but I think this might be a stretch too far.
So Flusher heads through connector. Molotov bounced to right in front of him. I'm not really sure what his anticipation was by doing so. Perhaps desperate to just pull them out of their hiding places. 5 seconds left in the round. That's going to end it. He's got to die, and he's got to die now. He does so. 13-9, Immortals, perhaps, Henry, even though they lost the pistol to go down 13-3, perhaps they've got more to write in this chapter.
Well, it's a tactical pause with Fnatic, so they've got them on the ropes slightly here. Here's a little replay.
This is when I thought he would kill Dennis right away, but it was just Dennis, and it takes him down, so no op retrieved. That's what Dennis was after in that round.
That's always been the interesting thing about this Fnatic team, that anyone really can AWP. Like, I'd say apart from Crims, everyone's happy to have a go with that weapon, right?
Everyone with hair can op.
Yeah. Well,
Moses, I'm looking at you.
Even when he's nothing to do with the broadcast, he's at home.
I always take the low-hanging fruit, don't I?
Yeah.
Probably should stop. It'll come back to get me eventually.
Yeah, maybe another pie. You know, Carmack's in the room.
That's true. I owe him a pie. You know, it wasn't so bad. That pie was really tasty in Oakland. The problem was when I went to sleep and woke up with caramel hardened in my ear.
Yeah.
That wasn't amazing. That was not a comfortable
Get a nice little ear infection from a pie.
Well, it's going to be an A execution based on post-timeout play. They call that timeout without much money to work with, and as such, it's going to be just the pistols to work with. Tech-9s, predominantly, with one Deagle in the mix. Flush up. Held off because the smoke goes down, a counter smoke goes down on top of A main. They're through that now, and Molotov's already covering off the shadow position. Bolts has gone to Firebox instead. Good read. Dennis wraps around and takes him immediately. Pushes aggressively as they smoke off. FNX nades go down as the stairs a little bit deep for him. But they'll find Olaf in mid. That's fine. Everything's dandy, except that with all that chaos and the progress made in the site, they don't get the bomb anywhere near planted.
Yeah, they get the opening kill, but can't do much more after that. It's going to be 13-10 almost certainly here with Dennis and such low HP and nowhere near the bomb. He might have to get it thrown across to him. What's the plan here for Fnatic? Not much, apparently, because Grim's now almost certainly going to die. Steel finds the last 2 kills there, and Immortals find double digits. It was 13-3. So, Immortals doing a fantastic job to get back into this one. Money's starting to get to another buying situation. That's going to be 6 rounds in a row, I believe. Actually, 7 rounds in a row for Immortals. Henny with the AWP. JW, a very good spawn. This doesn't have the AWP to challenge towards middle here, so he'll be heading towards the B apartments. Already giving away too much here. To be fair, Immortals haven't had to change their stance at all here. They're doing very well at holding off the bomb sites. And Henny, okay, this is one of the first adjustments we've seen. Drops that smoke to defend himself from the underpass. I think he's almost guaranteed a kill here. There it is.
Nice.
Flusher jumps into his crosshair.
They're getting rolling now. This could still be a game.
They were very good. You remember on Cash as well? They were weak on the T side. As soon as they were on the CT side, they looked amazing, right? That's when they looked very, very good. The T sides have been a bit lackluster today, but if you've got a CT side this good, maybe that's can win you games.
So back to B. One inside of middle. That's Olaf. He'll try and push on from Cat. Steel and Lucas to play this together, and a smoke goes down from Steel's point of view. Molotov as well. There's one in front of him, but one below. Not quite. Didn't go to the van. It landed on top of it, so he can still survive in this. Does that mean he gets overlooked? As JW hugs the wall, covers off both the window and the door. Steel slips out, manages one, but now they find him. Crims goes in above, takes him down as he drops to the site. And JW still waiting for entrances from the checker room. They'll go now, blinded off. He's got perfect position. Fnatic perhaps finally finding yet another round. First gun in this particular half, but I say that, and you point at the screen as we snap over on Observer's perspective.
Here he comes.
FNX is on cue in the apartments. One kill already, spotted by Lucas, but he's going to be limited inside of the site, dropping in. Can't land it. It's all on Crims. And down goes Crims. Henny has it, and it's going to be a clutch back Immortals. He's got the kit, and he pulls it off. That's actually quite impressive. 3 kills from him as well in the retake.
FNX stabbing them in the back, managing to pick up 2 kills. It looked like a very convincing situation for Fnatic there, but Immortals keep the dream alive. And the bomb goes down, so another buy comes in, but this is actually looking like a comeback is seriously on at this point. Immortals need 2 more to tie things up. As we enter round number 25, still no AWP available for JW. That's when he was so powerful before as well. And I think, let me just go back to basics. I mean, execution coming in here. They are setting up 4 players towards this side of the map. If all else fails, just throw the set piece in. That's where the bomb will be heading as well. 1 player towards middle to stop rotations towards the short area. That'll be Olaf Meister. Means he'll be in a clutch scenario as well. Perfect player for that role. We'll see what happens as we wait for these smokes to dissipate towards Palace.
You know, it's not the first time, Henry, that we've seen... Well, first off, it's not, with the ESL Pro League last year, we saw 12-3s fall apart all the time. But that we see a team actually win the pistol, lose the eco, and then it all falls apart. I don't understand it. It's like... It's a script. Somewhere out there, George R.R. Tolkien, who wrote Harry Potter and the Throne, wrote this, and it's ridiculous. It happens time and time again. Bolts, meanwhile, gets back toward connector, caught by Olaf, which now gives Fnatic a man advantage. Smoke as well toward Henny, but they must get the bomb inside of the site this time before the smokes dissolve. Smokes are dissolved, but oh, and they think better of it. They actually could have stuck that plant, but they don't have the information, and they walk back. Stick the plant! You're already there, you're already committed. Now you've given up the bomb, you have no further utility. It's a 3 versus 3, and if the round falls apart on that alone, that's just saying Fnatic's starting to panic at this point in time. Dennis will at least hold down to take out Lucas, but here comes Steel walking in from connector. First found, they walk into it. I'm gonna get tilted. Olaf has a chance. They're low on HP, but he has to hit the headshot at stairs. And as he looks that direction, it gives Henny a chance to try and walk back into the equation. 25 seconds, bomb still down. Olaf elevates himself. This does give him a better angle, but the Molotov forces him off of it.
No.
And he's got 14 HP. There it is, all gone.
Horror show. They didn't even have to force a plan there. Like, if you've got no cover towards CT spawn whatsoever, and you know Henny's in that position, he got the first kill of the round. You know there's yes, he can rotate, sure, but there's still a chance he's still there. Don't just plan in the open just because you feel like you have to.
That seems like an individual decision. I think Crims panicked on the fact the smoke was dissolving.
Yeah, that was nuts. So Henny probably can't believe his luck. He's thought, okay, they're actually planting right in front of me. No problem at all. I'll take that. And now it's another eco, and this is almost going to be guaranteed to be tied up now. Has to be another partial buy here. Still a maximum loss bonus, but 9 rounds in a row for Immortals, and Fnatic, they're looking flat here on the T side. That was the round to kind of, I feel like it would have been the one that closes the game out. I thought, okay, we've given them a chance now, but let's just finish it off. But
Henny, meanwhile, comes out of jungle. And watch down into mid without much vision. I'm still dumbfounded as to what just took place, but Flusha with a smoke out will go toward the jungle position. And okay, it did land. I wasn't certain. I thought it might have bounced high above, but it did drop back down. So this gives Olaf a bit of an entrance in toward the connector position. It's a 2-2 split otherwise, though, on B. With 2 pushing up, Steel and Lucas, they've got to be careful. Steel goes down. Lucas has to hold on to his ground. He does so successfully, but that locks him off inside of the apartments as JW slips in from Catwalk with bomb. Can't go for the plant just yet, though, because Bolt is inside of the site. brief exchange between the two will give Olaf time to flank him back out. He'll win one fight before that happens, though, and his attention's already turned, so JW has to save Olaf. Now on an AWP, 2 versus 2, and Bomb's gonna bail and head back to A. That's the right call.
This is so tense. I thought this game was done and dusted after the first half, and now it's coming right down to it. Fnatic in the connector. He can see them crossing over as well, but the timings work against him. The bomb will be planted. Olaf Meister and CD spawn with the AWP. JW could go down here. That's key. He manages to survive.
And Olaf was waiting for the rotation from Lucas. That's not going to head his direction. It's gone underpass. And FNX is trying to buy space and time. JW's made it to Sandwich. All they need to do is catch off Olaf looking the wrong direction. He's done. He's got 4 HP. Olaf's sake needs now to rely on JW for information. FNX has already crossed. His teammate getting closer. Found his JW. Olaf has to hit this perfectly. He has to know the lineup of the bomb. He's got it right, but not there. He misses the shot. FNX hits it. It's 13. 13 Immortals have pulled it back.
Could have got the collateral there. Can you imagine that's the way it finishes off? They're both low HP as well. Good grief.
I think with this game, there's so many things we can analyze. We've got the last round with the bomb plant from Crims after they hit the kill. And you said this, they had the information on Henny. I think they've got it ready for us, but this game is getting absolutely insane. Maybe we'll hold it because we're getting back underway again.
Yeah, well, they get the bomb down this time, so finally JW gets the AWP, and they manage to get the tech downs, the bomb down there, but JW's position, it was just too exposed. Unless he nails that first shot from Sandwich, the round's going to be over. And Immortals managed to get 10 rounds in a row here. We go into round number 27. The AWP still in the hands of Henny. JW. Let's see where we can open things up. Watching towards connector for now. Crims coming in for that underpass position as well. We've seen that smoke before. That's when Henny was a bit more aggressive. Not going to be there this time.
Threw it in the last round as well, but didn't take advantage of it. Smoke off in window again this time with the absence of the catwalk smoke. It gives them a bit more to work with. They've got 2 smokes left. On the T side, 2 Molotovs as well. A couple of flashbangs, one which is used to bring Olaf into contention at connector. Thrown out by his teammate JW at top of mid. And Henny's staring in that direction with an AWP. He would very much love for Olaf to walk out into where those 2 points intersect. Slow and steady, pace is drawn level. Fnatic. How have they let themselves find or fall into this position and find themselves here as Henny splash off. He backs a bit. Olaf still waiting for his opportune moment to strike, but Bomb is over toward the B apartment. So again, this could be a 2-2 split B. Olaf lurk. Similar to what we saw in the last round. This time, the exception is no one's being aggressive inside of the apartments from the CT side. Nice lineup from Lucas. Better shot from Dennis. Steele holds true, though, to find Flush. It knows that Dennis is entering through, but can't get the angle. And JW, he survives with an AWP on Cat. That's going to be enough to take bolts. And is it enough to finally win them around? 5
seconds is the bomb there. It does go down. So, FNX 3 versus 1. Might as well go for it. Any damage he can do to the terrorists will be so detrimental to them going forward. If he finds 1 or 2 kills, the reinvestment potential for them is going to be so low.
FNX spots out Olaf immediately, but in turn, therefore, is spotted. And information will go immediately through the comms to tell the other 2 that didn't quite spot him from the Fnatic side. Yep, he's there. Flash off, goes to the window. Olaf hits it. Fnatic, they will not give up the lead. But my God, they've made it close. 14-13. We're going to bypass the last round that I mentioned, the misplant. I think we all saw what happened there, but I do want to bring back, they've gone searching for it, that smoke that we saw, and confirm where it was thrown from, and just kind of touch on the ways in which it can be applied as we have a timeout. So I think it was thrown from first arch. We'll see it here. But the cool thing about it is the way that it's thrown and how deep it goes in the apartments was how Steele could push in immediately.
Well, a pause comes in, a time for reflection for both sides here. It will be a very tense situation. That's the first round in 10 that they picked up.
So here it is. So Steele was the one that ended up pushing in. That's where it's thrown from. So I think it does bounce. Yeah, bounces skybox even still. That's very cool. So they're sitting in courtyard. That lands from the window, which I didn't think that's where it was thrown. And then he's able to push so deep inside of the apartments. That's pretty cool.
That's very cool. We're seeing a lot of interesting smokes in the last few weeks. But 14-13. Tension starting to mount now. Double AWP setup. I don't think we've seen this yet from Immortals. An adjustment after they lost that first round. And maybe it's a big call to make considering how successful they've been with the 1 AWP setup. But still, we'll be joining Henny here as we come to the crescendo of this amazing game. This best of 1. 14-13. In terms of the setup right now, pretty default. JW making his way towards the end of apartments here. And we're looking to see if that smoke dissipates and where we can open things up. There is an open CT in front of him. If this works in his favor, he could actually find him. It's going to be so tight. Moves out of the way just in time there. There it is. Okay, the chance given to JW, can't land the shot.
Excuse me, smoke will go out at Palace from JW. Steel, meanwhile, still with an AWP, is going to stare down in apartments. Double op setup working well for Immortals. Finds them the first pick again because Crims falls, but this time Bomb's not on that side of the map. It's over toward A main. So they do change it up slightly after picking up their first gun round in the second half.
Lucas is in such a good position to shut down Olaf here. If he decides to jump in towards that window area, that's going to be the 5-on-3 and pretty much a harsh reset overall as JW goes down the hands of Henny. There it is. Lucas, as I said, striking from that position. 5-on-2 now. This should tie things up and is going to leave Fnatic with almost no money here. This was a 13-3 game, but Flash is still fighting back as he takes down Lucas.
Dennis will hold off toward the connector. The best chance he can do because they don't have a smoke. He's got to buy space for Flusha, and rather than him going for the open plant, he'll cover off the default and just have to watch CT instead. 2 players in that direction. Bomb goes down, but it's 2 inside of the site, facing a very hard reset at 14-14. They need to fight on, and Dennis goes aggressive, 19 HP. Flusha finds another. They've got a chance, 2 versus 2 in the AKs. 1 HP for Dennis, 19 for Flusha, but they've got ground to stand on, and Dennis, more importantly, has map to work with because he's trying to flank them out, but Henny reads it, and that'll be enough to bring this back level. And a defuse to come in, a reset that's gonna hurt Fnatic so much. And we were just talking about how we thought this was a sign of things to come from them. Well, it might be tournament over if they can't pull this off.
They do have money to buy into this one. I think you're almost certainly going to go for it here. Don't allow Immortals to get to a match point here. But yes, a 5-on-2 situation coming down to a very tense scenario there. Flusha and his teammate doing what they could, but wasn't quite enough. The HP just wasn't there to deal with, and Immortals win yet another clutch here. Harsh reset, but there's money remaining. 14-14. Thanos comes in for the hands of FNX, but it's a UMP for Dennis. B rush, it seems like they do the call, and a missed shot from Henny. Is this a chance for Fnatic to do something with this? Lucas finds the first headshot.
Oh, shot from Henny as well to drop the bomb. This could put them on map point. Steel, he's got another. It's only one to find. JW goes down, 15-14 Immortals, who are 3-1, find themselves after being down 12-3 at half. 1 round up at map point at Fnatic. If there's ever a time to lead a game, and get this, Henry. Astralis just beat FaZe.
Okay.
They sit 4-1. FaZe, therefore, is 4-1. The reason this is a decider game is because if Fnatic beat them to 3-2, but head-to-head Fnatic wins. If they lose this, if Fnatic loses, it's 4-1 Immortals. We have a 3-way tie for top of the group.
That's insane.
And they've all beat each other.
Okay, so what happens then?
I don't know. But that's where we are.
Okay, brilliant. Well,
it goes to show you how close this is.
Yeah, this is really cool. Well, it's going to be match point. Who would have thought this was happening?
It might be. I don't want to speak out of turn and not know, but it might be round differential because it's not a decider match, so I don't think you have to do the overtime format. I think it's round differential in that case.
Okay, well, 13-3 down. Immortals have done almost the impossible here and got themselves match point after losing the pistol in the second half as well.
It's the overtime deciders. I've just been told by production, and Carmack standing in front of us just said it's overtime deciders, so we would play continuous overtimes, which we've not seen ever, despite that it's been in the rule set for over a year. So if Immortals win this, we are going to have an overtime to decide who wins group. And the reason that's important, because 3 out of the group out of 6, but the top team out of the 3 gets directly into the semifinal.
Well, let's get back into this one then, Matthew, because this is it. Round number 30. We've had some amazing games today. Group stages, never normally that exciting, but today has been very, very exciting indeed. I've enjoyed every single best of one we've had here. Number 30 comes in terms of the buy available for Fnatic. It's going to be Tech9s and CZ across the board. Little utility and Immortals in touching distance now of picking this map up.
Incredible that it's even here. They looked so out of it in the first half, but I have to say Fnatic has looked equally as lost. And Immortals have been playing aggressive and authoritative in this second half. Molotov to go down. Olaf will get pushed out of position or not quite. He's going to sit with it. Why does he sit that long? Because it's only 1 bullet when he gets transferred. Bolts follows that up to take JW. Crims gets 1 back in return, but with pistols down a man and a minute 14. It's a lot to ask for, and FNX will stay inside a shadow to catch them when they enter into the A site. Crims will have to hold off below the window.
4-on-3 now, Tech9's last-ditch attempt, but Henny hits another shot here. This should be it, as FNX is given a free kill. Just Crims with the Tech9, 13-3 down, 15-14, and Crims left the only chance for Fnatic now. He goes down, and can you believe it, Matt? What in God's name just happened?
Defending titles as well. These guys are the defending IEM champions. They got put back together to try and bring back their glory days. And Immortals, who went out in the qualifiers, or excuse me, the quarterfinals last year against Na'Vi, have just put them out in groups. That's a huge turn of fate. And now we've got our three-way tie. Look at Fnatic.
Isn't it?
They're not used to this. They've never been in this position. They're normally the team that comes back from that situation and breaks hearts. That's insane.
What a game we've just been given there. You don't see that every single tournament. That's absolutely nuts. Fair play to Immortals. I didn't think they had a chance there, but they played with such passion in the second half. Their CT sides seem incredibly on point. T sides need a little bit of work, but you can't knock them at all with their CT performances.
And if you want to test this lineup back together early, let's see the resilience and how they learn from this. They are out at Katowice. It's Immortals in a three-way tie. We're going to take a break, figure out how this all goes down. We'll be back.
This is awful. Try it.
Oh, no, that looks gross. What is that?
You gotta try it. It's terrible.
No, thank you. I have a very sensitive palate.
If you taste something bad, you want someone else to try it. It's what you do. If you want to save 15% or more on car insurance, you switch to Geico. It's what you do.
Dog.